I walk around Brooklyn all day long and all these bodegas have these like plastered images of food all over them. So there's like these just big, giant, enormous image of a bagel and an image of a hot dog and an image of a donut. And I always look at it and go like, I want to draw a face on that. I want to put eyes on that. It was this idea that food can kind of have its personality of its own. I think I've drawn the monsters my whole life without really knowing it and without really anyone else appreciating it. The monsters were like doodles to me. They were work that I did outside of the graphic design I was doing or the art direction I was doing. And so, you know, I had my first child and really when I started to develop the monsters were centered around like, she would not eat her lunch. And so I would drop in these monsters saying crazy things like, eat your eggs or I'll break your legs from Beat Street and stuff like that. And so I would put it in every single day. I think I did it for the entire school year. And then all of a sudden I had so many monsters built up that I started using it in my artwork. Jim Henson was like my idol when I was growing up. Like I looked at like Jim Henson, Mad Magazine. That was when I first got into like a visual world. Then of course, later on in life, like Keith Haring was the first person that like really spoke to me in the way that like I would look at stuff and actually like relate to it. But I would look at everything from like album covers to sports logos to like, I would sit in my room all day and draw logos when I was a kid, and I don't know how psychotic that is or not. I grew up with hip hop, so I think hip hop is like the greatest language to illustrate. Like there are all these rhymes and words, and the illustration of the words are really interesting. That kinetic energy that comes with rap and DJing and breaking and graffiti and everything else, that's all put into what I do. Like I feel like the expression of that. I'm not saying that like I'm doing graffiti or I'm breaking or making music or anything, but the sheer sampling, mixing, remixing, taking from all different parts of culture, that is inherently hip hop. For me, that's always been the strongest tie.